Pix 11, like we said, staying on top of this breaking news this morning for you. 2 police officers shot a suspect killed in a gun battle.
Oh, and what a battle it was. It went down during a drug bust at a motel in the village of Ardsley, New York, which is in Westchester County. We have live team coverage for you this morning. Kirsten Cole live at the hospital where the officers' conditions are being guarded. But also we do want to begin with Alicia Nieves live at the scene. So good morning, Alicia. What do you know so far? We just saw that overview shot of where all the bullets rang out. It's quite alarming.
Yeah, Betty, it is. I mean, I'm sure you could see all the local and still FBI agents that are out here where the shooting happened at this hotel earlier overnight. But the authorities are expected, as we understand, to be out here all morning, possibly even all day. As you probably are able to see through the chopper view, they are collecting evidence and really just trying to retrace the steps of what led up to this shooting. As I mentioned, it happened overnight, and we spoke to the Ardsley Chief of Police here and a little while ago. He gave us a little bit of insight into that. He says that this shooting was a result of local police assisting the FBI in an investigation. And around 10:30 last night, the Ardsley Police Department and other surrounding departments were called here to the Ardsley Acres Hotel. The FBI at the time needed help executing a federal drug warrant. Well, according to the chief, shortly after police arrived and soon as officers began approaching the room where the FBI suspect was in, that suspect came out and began shooting. So officers in turn returned fire. No word, though, on how many bullets blasted in and around the hotel. Just that in the end, the FBI's 43-year-old suspect was killed. 2 officers were shot. The Ardsley police chief says this was obviously an isolated incident and that the surrounding community should know this morning.
We have a secure scene. We're not looking for anybody. This was contained and there's nothing for them to worry about. The scene is safe. The village is safe.
And as I mentioned, no words on how many bullets blasted in and around this hotel, but from the chopper view, you should be able to see all those evidence markers, likely shell casings from the bullets that blasted between the suspect and the officers involved in this deadly officer-involved shooting, just showing just how much more worse this could have been. For now, live in Westchester County, Alicia Nieves, Pix 11 News.
Incredible image there from Air 11 this morning. Alicia there live on the scene. We do have our team coverage continuing now over at Westchester Medical Center where those officers were taken. Kirsten Cole there live this morning for us. And Kirsten, any updates on their conditions?
Still waiting to get that at this time, Dan. Oftentimes, information is slow to come out in the early morning hours, and also this is an incredibly intensive investigation. A lot of information being closely held until they're fully ready to release it. We're here at the Westchester Medical Center. It's a level 1 trauma center. It is the place for cops to come if they are ever injured like this, and we've got 2 Greenburgh PD officers that have non-life-threatening injuries. You can take a look again at the scene of exactly what went down. Those 2 officers both said to be shot. What we don't know, with so much gunfire erupting from all of these different responding departments, was this gunfire actually from the suspect himself who was killed in this hail of bullets, or could it have been a friendly fire incident? Still waiting to find that out. What we know is 2 officers being treated for those non-life-threatening injuries. Listen in now to the police chief.
They were backing up for the FBI. As the officers approached the motel, a suspect came out of the room and engaged the officers in gunfire. Multiple shots were exchanged between the officers and the suspect. 2 officers were also struck. They were transported to area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries.
Now, that police chief saying this was an isolated incident, but 3 months ago in the very same tiny hamlet of Ardsley, there was another drug bust that went down. This time it was the DEA as federal agency that was in charge. 5 people arrested. They took out 11 kilograms of heroin and fentanyl. It was enough fentanyl, they said at the time, to kill millions of people. This was inside of a very residential area, inside of a single-family home. This incident last night going down at the motel. We are waiting for more updates. We're live this morning at the Westchester Medical Center. I'm Kirsten Cole, Pix 11 News.